The small cafe on the corner of Sector 7 hummed with the usual morning chatter. Knox sat at his regular table near the window, nursing a cup of synthetic coffee while scrolling through repair requests on his datapad. As a human technician in a galaxy dominated by advanced alien species, he'd carved out a niche fixing what others considered beneath them old tech, sentimental machines, obsolete models that corporations had abandoned decades ago. The door chimed, and Knox glanced up out of habit. His breath caught. A young dragon girl stood in the doorway, her iridescent scales catching the artificial sunlight streaming through the windows. She couldn't have been more than 16 in human years, though with draconian lifespans. She might be centuries old. Her horns were small, still growing, and her wings were folded tight against her back, a sign of nervousness in her species. In her arms, she clutched something wrapped in faded cloth. She scanned the cafe with large amber eyes until they landed on Knox. Her pupils dilated in recognition, and she walked straight toward him with determined steps that didn't quite mask her uncertainty. "Mr. Human?" Her voice was soft, musical, with the slight harmonic undertone all Draconians possessed. "You are Knox, the repair man?" Knox set down his cup. "That's me. What can I do for you, miss?" "Alexa." She clutched the bundle tighter. I need your help, please." The last word came out almost as a whisper. Knox gestured to the seat across from him. "Sit down. Tell me what's wrong." Alexa slid into the chair, her tail curling anxiously round the leg. Slowly, reverently, she unwrapped the cloth to reveal a small robot. It was unlike anything Knox had seen in years, a companion model from Earth's early space colonization era, at least 300 years old. Humanoid in design, no bigger than a child's toy, with articulated joints and a face designed to express emotions through simple lead patterns. "This is Pip," Alexa said, running one clawed finger along the robot's scratched exterior. "My papa gave him to me when I was very small." "Papa said," her voice cracked, "Papa said humans made the best companions, that they understood what it meant to care for something fragile." Knox leaned forward, examining the robot without touching it yet. "Your father knew humans?" "Papa was a merchant. He traveled everywhere, even to Earth before." She didn't finish. She didn't need to. Earth had been quarantined 50 years ago after the Cascade Plague. "He brought Pip back for me," said a human engineer had restored him specially. "Papa told me stories every night, and Pip would act them out. He made the voices, the sound effects." Tears welled in her eyes, and Knox realized dragon tears were actual crystals. One rolled down her cheek and clinked softly on the table. "He was my best friend." "What happened to Pip?" "He stopped working 3 months ago. Just stopped. I took him to 17 repair shops." 17. Her voice rose with frustration. They all said the same thing. "Too old. Parts don't exist anymore. Buy a new model." "But I don't want a new model. I want Pip. He has all our memories. All of Papa's stories are in his data core." Knox's jaw tightened. He'd heard this too many times. The galaxy had moved on to sleeker, smarter, more efficient machines. But efficiency wasn't everything. "Where's your father now, Alexa?" Her wings drooped. "Papa died 6 months ago. Starship accident. He was coming home from a trade run and she couldn't continue." Knox reached across the table and gently picked up Pip. The robot was heavier than it looked, built with the solid craftsmanship of old Earth engineering. He turned it over, examining the access panels, the worn serial number, the careful paint job someone had applied by hand. "May I?" he asked, pointing to a small toolkit he kept in his bag. Alexa nodded eagerly. Knox worked in silence for several minutes, opening panels, checking circuits with a handheld scanner. The cafe noise faded into background static. This was what he lived for: the puzzle, the challenge, the resurrection of something everyone else had written off as dead. "The main power coupling is fried," he finally said, "and the memory core is in danger of corrupting. But," he looked up and met Alexa's desperate gaze, "I can fix it. The parts are ancient, but I know where to find them. I specialize in human vintage tech." Alexa's eyes went wide. "Really, you can save him?" "I can save him. But Alexa, I need to be honest with you. This will take time, maybe 2 weeks, and the parts aren't cheap." Her face fell. I don't have much money." Papa's estate is still in probate, and I'm staying with my aunt, and she says. Knox held up his hand. How much do you have? She pulled out a small credit chip. 47 credits. It wasn't even enough to cover materials. Knox looked at the robot, then at the girl, then at the small crystal tears still sitting on the table. He thought about his own father, gone 20 years now, and the antique watch he still wore every day. Not because it was the best timepiece it lost 3 minutes a week, but because his father's hands had once wound it every morning. 47 credits is exactly my rate for this job. Knox lied smoothly. Alexa single quotes as whole body seemed to illuminate. Really, really. But I need you to do something for me. I need you to write down every story you remember your father telling you. Every single one. When I restore Pip, I want to make sure his story database is complete. I can do that. Alexa practically bounced in her seat. I remember them all. The one about the 3 stars, and the merchant prince, and the lost colony. And Knox smiled. The first genuine smile he'd worn in days. Good. Come back in 2 weeks. Same time. I'll have Pip ready for you. Alexa stood, then did something unexpected. She reached across the table and took Knox's hand in both of hers. Her scales were warm, smoother than he'd imagined. Thank you, Mr. Human. Papa always said your kind had the biggest hearts in the galaxy. I didn't understand what he meant until now. She left the cafe with lighter steps, her wings slightly unfurled. Knox looked down at Pip, then at the crystal tear Alexa had forgotten. He picked it up and placed it carefully in his pocket. Then he opened his comm and started making calls. He knew 3 collectors who might have the parts he needed. It would cost him far more than 47 credits, probably closer to 2,000. But that didn't matter. Some things were worth more than money. Some things were worth preserving, not because they were efficient or profitable, but because they carried love. And if humans had taught the galaxy anything, it was that love was the most advanced technology of all.